Howdy Brazos Valley, it's Hayden Riley with Inhabit Real Estate Group with your MLS update. This is where I go over the previous month's statistics to share with you what has been going on real estate-wise in the Brazos Valley. The information that I'm about to go over is provided by the Bryan College Station MLS and from the Texas Association of Realtors. It is general information for our area. So if you would like to know how this applies to you specifically, feel free to reach out. Email me at hayden@haydenriley.com. You can call me or text me at 979-324-0016, or you can find me on Facebook, Hayden Riley Realtor. Otherwise, how about we get started? Happy December, everybody, and happy holidays to you all. It's about time to go over November 2020's real estate statistics. So, without any further ado, why don't we get started? First, we're looking at the average days on the market, which is the number of days from when a property is listed until it's sold. However, if we're looking at average days on market, these are properties that have not sold yet. So the average days on market for this month is 111. So what has happened since last month? Well, first of all, that 111 number is about on trend for what we're used to seeing this time of year. But I have a feeling the dip in the number since October is due to one of two things happening. Either we had enough of our listings that had been on the market a while that dropped off, that actually closed, or we had some more listings, new listings that came on the market. Now, we really did not have a huge uptick in new listings taken, so it's probably that former situation I just mentioned. All right, so let's take a look at units sold. Again, looking at the blue line here, we're at 303 compared to 235 last year, 213 in 2018. We are seeing a continuation of this trend of 2020's closed transactions being significantly higher than the previous couple of years. I would say due to lack of inventory. But this has been the trend since July, as you can see from the lines here. Definitely still a good time to be a seller, even though it's the holidays. So, if you have to, don't fret, because most people kind of dread, not most people, I'd say people sometimes dread listing properties in the fall. And it's really actually been a pretty good time to do it. How long that's going to last, we don't know. Now next we'll look at the new listings taken, and this really shows the culprit for the situation that we're in. Not that it's a bad situation necessarily, but in April we had 394 new listings taken compared to the previous year, 531, and the year before that, 577. That's a big difference in new listings taken, and we didn't have a month after that this year that really made up for that lack of new listings that we usually see. Usually we see, a higher number of listings in that month. So as a result, we've kind of had this snowball effect of more listings than in previous years closing. So now as far as this month goes, they didn't put the number on here. The MLS didn't, God bless them, but it looks like about 316 new listings taken, which for this time of year is about on par. So no, we're not making up for that April month at all this month. So the snowball effect continues. Let's take a look, excuse me, at our statistics just for College Station and Bryan. The median price point is at $242,500, which is up 12.7%. Again, I would attribute that to lack of inventory, more competition, drives up price. Active listings down 27.1% compared to this time last year. The number of days on the market, 106. So for the Twin Cities, we're definitely lower than the 7-county area that I just gave you that number for. As far as the price distribution of active listings, it's where it usually is. We are looking, the lion's share of that price distribution is between $100,000 and $300,000. Next, for closed sales, we're up 39.2%. which you kind of saw. That's in line with what we saw in the units sold chart that I showed you. And then the months of inventory is 3. Now 3 is about as low as I've seen this year. And what that is in previous months I've tried to give a good description of what this statistic means. And hopefully this is a better description. But what we're looking at is this hypothetical situation where if we were to clone November of 2020, how many months in sequence would it take for us to completely deplete our inventory of real estate? And the answer is 3. So, I mean, that's nuts. That's, to me anyway, that's a very low inventory. Usually, just to give you a point of reference, if it's at 6, that's a good line of demarcation for moving into a balanced market where neither buyer nor seller has the advantage. So hopefully that's helpful to put that in context. This next statistic is a relatively new one that I've been keeping track of since August. What we were looking at is the number of new pending listings compared to the total number of active listings. So what percentage does that make of the total active listings? Just to give us an idea of, are our number of closed transactions going to fall off soon? Are they going to go up? Are they going to go down? My answer to those questions are, I don't know. But I can tell you that whenever property goes under contract, more times than not, it closes. So I think this is a good indicator for more activity. That 8.5% of our active inventory went under contract last week. So, for what it's worth, I think that's a pretty good indicator that we're just going to continue to see more of what we have been seeing, a higher trend of closed transactions compared to previous years. Hopefully that's helpful for you, but if with any of this, if you have any questions, I certainly understand. This is general information, and I'm happy to help discern what that means for you individually. So feel free to reach out to me at haydenriley.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Hayden Riley Realtor, or just call me, 979-324-0016. Y'all take care of yourselves, be safe, happy holidays, and thanks for listening.